normal, regular, on average, frac takes anywhere between 1.25 and 1.5 million gallons of water.
Robert Forbes has been studying fracking and its effects since the practice took off in the 90s.
You used to drive across Texas and you'd see guys on horseback running their cows. Now you see trucks filled with water and drilling gear.
Are there any measures that Texas can take to restrict water use, specifically among frackers?
It's difficult to do.
Why is that?
I know I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble for saying this, but anytime you run for election, you're beholden to some interest group. But at some point, it doesn't matter whether you're a water commissioner or Senator Ted Cruz. The lobby is way too strong.
The oil industry doesn't just have enough money to buy up the remainder of Texas's dwindling water supply. They can also afford to spend an estimated $60 million a year lobbying the Texas government to push their interests, among which is that climate change, which 97% of climate scientists attribute to burning oil and gas, doesn't exist at all. And that's why Texas's political leadership is so strident that climate change is bullshit. Not because it's a Christian orthodoxy, or because they genuinely believe it, but because it's a conservative orthodoxy, one implicitly linked with one of their biggest financial boosters, oil. Which explains why giving any credence to climate science as a Republican is to commit straight-up political suicide, which is exactly what former Republican Congressman Bob Inglis did.
I said that climate change was a bunch of hooey, Al Gore's imagination. It was total ignorance on my part. I hadn't looked into it all. All I knew is that he was for it, and therefore I was against it.
Yeah. What had changed your mind on that?
Science and reality, eventually, shaky ideologies are overcome by the facts.
So how did the rest of your term play out after your conversion moment?
Not too well. I guess it's short of that. After 12 years in Congress, I ultimately lost in Tea Party kind of turmoil. I basically articulated a heresy that climate change was real. Let's do something about it.
How hard is it to believe in climate change as a member of the Republican Party?
It's a hard situation. Human beings are tribal. Most of us just think in terms of our tribe's view. But the science here pretty clearly indicates risk. And I think people are experiencing that risk. We are living with climate change. We're experiencing it daily.
So, while Texas